Introduction to Yoga. There are no much of any scripted texts as traditional knowledge was orally passed on. The knowledge is so old where there were no script or anything. Everything passed on only orally. The Vedic period saw the four seminal texts come into being: the Rig Veda, the Samaveda, the Yajurveda, and the Atharvana Veda. The Vedas are the fountain of all knowledge, including yoga. Yoga during this period was expressed by the Vedic rishis. The pre-classical period is considered to one of the most fertile and prominent period in the history and development of yoga. During this period, the Upanishads and Bhagavad Gita were scripted. Yoga had now crossed over from the realm of rituals to the knowledge of the self. In other words, it's from the outer world to world within. References to yoga and yoga techniques can be found in several Upanishads. The highlight of the classical era is Maharishi's Patanjali Yoga Sutras. Besides containing various aspects of yoga, they are mainly identified with the eightfold path of yoga, which is devised to take a sincere seeker towards liberation. Samadhi. Maharishi Vedavyasa also compiled a very important commentary on the Yoga Sutras called the Yoga Bhashya. This period witnessed the move towards the mastery of the mind, which was clearly elucidated through yogic practices. This period can also be dedicated to two great yogis of India, Lord Mahavir and Gautama Buddha. The concept of the five great vows, Pancha Mahavratas by Lord Mahavir, and Ashtamagga or Eightfold Path by Lord Buddha can be considered to be the very cradle of yoga sadhanas. The post-classical era, this era strengthened the already existing paths of yoga. Each path found masters who wrote profusely about their paths. Many texts that exist today were drafted during this era. Jnana Yoga held its way with the teachings of the great Acharya Triyas, Adi Shankaracharya, Ramanujacharya, and Madhavacharya, who showed prominently above the rest. Bhakti Yoga came to the fore with the teachings of Surdasa, Tulsidasa, Purandardasa, and Mirabai. But the major shift from within to without, from mind to body, occurred in the period between 800 AD to 1700 AD. The modern era Yogacharyas, Ramana Maharishi, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Yogananda, Vivekananda are dominated in the modern era and contributed wholeheartedly towards the development of the Raja Yoga.